Hello, this is Alex with NC Hydroseeding and Weed Control Pro, providing a video on turf renovation. It's been a number of years since our initial video, and in this video we'll be talking about a few things. One thing that we've known from the beginning is you need to get rid of the dead turf prior to seeding. Here you can see an operator using a piece of equipment. This is a turf deck. And what he's doing is removing that dead grass while leaving all the live grass that he can. This is a nice piece of equipment. One of the neat things that it does is it piles all of the dead turf into rows, which makes it easy for cleanup. As you see the operator going down the track, he's leaving a bunch of live grass and removing all that dead turf out of the way. On the right, you can see an untreated site. Now, one thing that we used to do is we used a scarifier or something similar to a slit seeder after we got rid of the dead turf. We've identified that that wasn't the best piece of equipment for lawn renovation. A better piece of equipment was an aerator. What an aerator does, amongst other things, is it creates good penetration into the soil up to about 4 inches. As you look at our aerator here to the front, you'll see where we haven't treated, and off to the side where we have done the aeration. That aeration is going to enable water to get down into our root zone to establish our seeds and get a good turf establishment. Here you can see our operator again just clearing up some of that dead turf, creating nice rows for us to clean up later, exposing soil and getting us what we need for that new turf to get established. Off to the right, you can see one of those rows. After all the rows are complete, the next step is to pile those rows so that you can get them off of site easily. And what we do is we just take a tarp, rake that dead residue onto the tarp, and then drag it off of our seeded area. And here you can see a site that is now ready for seeding. We've gotten rid of all the dead residue, we've aerated, it is prepped. What we have here is our hydroseeder, and on this site we're filling our hydroseeder from an on-site pond. Providing water is a requirement for the customer, but in this case they selected an option which is for us to provide it from an on-site pond, and all we've done is taken a small pump, used the pond as our water source, and we're pumping water into our seeder. And here's an overview of the completed site. We've already sprayed our mulch and seed. You'll notice that there isn't 100% mulch coverage. This isn't needed for renovation projects. You've still got some live turf there and some other residue to keep all of that seed in place. And now we're providing an overview of the completed site. There's the pond that we drew water from for the site. The pond doesn't need to be that large, but that was a good sized pond. Here you can see some of the area that we seeded. Now we seeded the front, back, and side yard on this project. We are frequently asked, what is causing my turf to die? And our answer is typically going to be either a pest like mole crickets, over-fertilization regarding centipede lawns. If you over-fertilize, you're going to have issues the following year. It could be centipede withdrawal, again with centipede turfs. And the most common one is going to be shade. And that shade could be because of trees that are now starting to thicken up, or new trees that you as the homeowner have planted that are providing shade where you didn't have it in the past. When you run into shade issues, your only options are change your turf type and a different seed, go to mulch beds, or cut down trees. Most folks don't like to cut down trees, but the reality is if you want grass, you might need to. This is Alex with NC Hydroseeding and Weed Control Pro. Please consider us for your next hydroseeding or erosion control project.